my lovelies, and welcome back to another cozy gaming episode. We are playing Wytchwood, and I am Edith Ivy, and we are on the last soul of the first set. So let's go hunting a snake. Snake is in the forest. Checking the map. Oh, right north of us. Alright. Up we go. Oh look, clay sources. Never neglect the clay. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, there's a crying person. You approach a young woman weeping softly into her palms. She catches her breath for a moment and looks out longingly over the placid lake. Oh, my sweet songbird, why have you forsaken me to a life devoid of your love? Tears well up in her eyes as she buries her face once again. You consider leaving this melodrama well enough alone, but something about the poor girl reminds you of the maiden slumbering under your house. You draw out a tattered handkerchief and offer it to the maiden. There, there, dry your eyes, my child, and tell old Granny what the matter is. Oh, thank you. You're very kind. She takes the cloth and daintily dabs the corners of her eyes. Swallowing the last of her sobs, she composes herself before sighing wistfully. It's my beloved, such a sweet and romantic man, with the voice of a meadowlark. I get it. He dumped you. Well, don't worry, there's plenty of other frogs in the swamp. What? No! He loves me, and I him! Though our families will never allow us to be together, he'd come and sing outside my balcony every night. One night we both vowed to escape and meet by this lake. Her lip quivers. I waited and waited under the waning moon, even past the morning sun, but he still didn't reveal himself. Tough break. Maybe he just wasn't that into you? The woman snaps at you with sudden vitriol. He would never abandon me. We're destined to be together. She slips back into a melancholic gaze out over the lake. Even now, I can still hear the beautiful melody of his lute coming from across the water. Over the dull sounds of flapping waves and quacking waterfowl, faint notes of some faraway stringed instrument whisper through the reeds. Oh, I hear you too. Maybe you aren't just mad in love. It's coming from somewhere in the middle of the lake. He's out there somewhere. I just know it. She crumples into another dramatic bout of inconsolable tears. Now, I'm sure it's just some echo bouncing off the shore. I'll find where this tardy bird of yours has run off to. Not a sentimental woman is our witch. Okay. Reveal the source of the sounds. The music seems strongest on this shore, but even here you can't quite place the source. It seems to be emanating from the half-sunken ruin poking out of the lake's waters. Maybe that fool bard's hiding way out there? Bah, but I swim as well as hens fly. Suddenly some unseen voice chitters mockingly into your ear. Oh, hee hee hee. The musical man you'll never see. You spin around, but no one is there. Just a nattering laughter bouncing on the wind. Who's there? Show yourself, spirit. Reveal the source. Oh, I bet we need that unveiling powder to see a thing that's invisible. Catch the pixie. You snap your hand around the elusive creature and squeeze.
Heck, let me go, you knobbly pot. You're crushing the life out of me.
You trifling little pest. What do you know about this music?
Music? What music? All I hear is the sweeping waves and peeping birdies. Your wrinkly old ears must be full of bugs.
Oh, don't you play smart with me. I'll pop off your head like a daisy.
Oh, you mean that music? It's the sound of the snakes traveling circus. I thought everybody knew that. Circus stays still, but the door's the thing that travels, you see. And right now the door's out on the lake. But you'll never get in, yeah.
You give the wretched sprite a good shake, and a shower of glittering dust sheds off its wings. Tell me how to cross the lake, or I'll make a necklace from your teeth.
Heck, only fey folk can show the way. Dirty fairies built a bridge. Keep all you big folk out unless the snake invites them in.
You're a fairy, aren't you? Where's this bridge?
Ha! We're a pixie. Not one of those flamby-pamby mushroom herders. Besides, the bridge is invisible to big stompers like you.
The creature peers over your shoulder and waves its tiny arms.
Oh, look! There's a fairy now! Why don't you ask her?
You turn to look, but in your moment of distraction, the pixie sinks its sharp teeth into your finger. Ouch! You sneaky little blighter! Springing free from your grasp, the slippery monster chitters of laugh and vanishes in a cloud of smoke. You look down at your dust-covered hand. Fairy or not, this bridge must be around here somewhere. This is weirdly highlighted now. Pushing aside thrushes and cattails, you find a strangely carved pedestal. It might be mistaken for a bird bath if you didn't know any better. As you run your finger around the edge of the bowl, the remaining pixie dust on your hand flakes off, as if drawn by an invisible force. Crude pictographs appear on the surface of the basin. They depict a coiled snake presiding at the center of some kind of festival. Directions on how to reveal the bridge are carved on the outside. You see symbols resembling fey dust, dancing fireflies, and bird feathers. Alright, we need fairy dust, we need 2 more fireflies, and we have feathers. Well, we know where fireflies are. The bottom corner of the map, where we are at the top center of the map. It's still doable. I know we have more than enough, but I am trying to mitigate future running about a little bit. Right, back we go. Directions on how to reveal the bridge are carved on the outside. You see symbols resembling fey dust, dancing fireflies, and bird feathers. You shake out the fine dust into the bowl and it settles evenly to its inside surface. Each of the fireflies alights upon the edge of the bowl, stepping delicately until they are evenly spaced. Placed into the basin, the feathers arrange themselves into perfect triangular symmetry. The basin begins to glow a soft yellow as the fireflies rise from the muck within. They begin to dance up and down, drawing circles high above the bowl. Glitter rains down gently, shimmering as it catches rays of sunlight. Slowly the particles trace the form of a bridge leading from the edge of the water to the center of the lake. You tentatively test the strength of the spectral walkway and find that it is as strong as if it was made of solid stone. That is quite pretty. Ah. People really like these parlor tricks. An almost hypnotic motion. The snake is good to us. Why, yes, I do think I will take all of this snake stuff. Ooh, very nice. Apparently our witch is just a little bit of a lech. The snake is good to us. Oh look, a minstrel. He seems to be in some kind of trance. Find the snake. Oh look, a centrally located opulent tent with torches around it. I bet there's a snake in here. Draped in glittering jewelry, the serpent stares intently into a crystal ball as you approach. Welcome, my dear, welcome. I saw that you would come here in search of answers. Ha! I just came here in search of a bard. That's him outside, right? With the lute? The minstrel? Yes. He is working off a debt to me. All those folk out here seem a touch addled. What did you do to them? They're all humble folk looking for something, just as you are. I'm here to provide them with my services in exchange for a bit of work. So what are you? Some sort of carnival wizard? You're making quite the racket in my forest. A wizard? No. I am a seer, a scryer of the hidden mists, a foreteller of fortunes, and keeper of secrets. Fancy titles you've given yourself. Sounds like you're nothing but a used cart salesman peddling your wares to the gullible. Oh, a skeptic. Step closer and let the crystal ball reveal its mysteries. The snake's voice drops low and seems to fill the tent with heavy weight. I am a helper of sorts, an unraveler of knots. I make the forgotten remembered. You feel the scaly touch of slithering coils wind around you, but you are powerless to move. And you have forgotten much. The snake's eyes swirl in a pattern you've never seen. Imperceptible colors collapse into themselves and fracture into kaleidoscopic mosaics against the canvas walls. A voice speaks from far away. It takes you a moment to realize it's your own. I have forgotten so much. Let me help you find your answers. The serpent's coils slowly squeeze the consciousness out of you. With a desperate push of willpower, you blink away the snake's hypnotic gaze. Wait! Get off me, you worm! You wriggle your body like a sack of loose twigs. Despite your protesting bones, you manage to squirm free and tumble backwards out of the tent. When your eyes open, you find yourself back outside the snake's tent. You pick yourself up from the ground and dust off your shoulders. Humph! I guess that sly serpent has some tricks up his sleeve. I better come up with a plan for the next time I go in there. The festival patrons seem confused after your tussle with the snake, as if the spell over them was momentarily shaken. The crowds disperse as they fumble about in a haze. Now's my chance to get in a word with that bard. Maybe I can get him out of this mess. Strumming his lute, this strapping young man has a faraway look in his eyes. Is it wistfulness, nostalgia, or even hypnosis? Wander I may, but ne'er away from she I call my lover. To my chagrin I stumbled in and met the gaze of another. Curious I stared, I was not prepared, and this was my mistake. A blinding gaze, now I live my days in the service of the stake. Cry not for me, for there is she that might still see me saved. My spirits they lift as she holds a gift from before I was enslaved. A mirror but shattered, its pieces have scattered. If mended, we may be set free. Down the wishing wellspring to the swamp's moonlit ring, and hiding within the pixie's tree.
What's all this about a broken mirror? You gave it to that weeping maiden? Speak plainly, you warbling fool!
No matter what you do, the poor musician barely seems to realize you're there. He just keeps strumming his lute and humming his mournful tune.
Maybe that lovesick miss will know what he's on about.
Oh, still my beating heart! Have you heard any news about my dear sweet love?
I found him at the carnival, but he's been mesmerized by the snake. Unless I can break the spell, no one in that carnival can leave.
The snake! Say it isn't so! I've heard how he grants wishes, but only for a terrible price. Why would my love be so desperate as to consort with that charlatan?
I haven't a clue, but he's stuck deep. The only thing I managed to get out of him is something about a mirror. Do you know anything about it?
A mirror? Oh, yes! It was the first gift he ever gave me. From inside her bodice, she produces a small, cracked hand mirror. But one night it slipped from my balcony and shattered on the cobblestones. I tried to piece it back together, but I could never find the last 3 shards.
His song mentioned something about a wishing well, a moonlit swamp, and a pixie tree? Keep that mirror close. I'll seek out the missing shards and return them to you.
Oh, thank you. I should very much love to see it whole once again.
Alright, we need a shard in the well, a shard in the swamp, and a shard in the forest pixie's tree. I do not recall seeing a pixie tree in this forest, but the map says it's right over there. Oh, there's goblins. Steak. Oh, look. An assemblage of detritus and fey saliva, but one that some tiny beings call home. Oh, I bet we have to use invisibility stuff. And catch a pixie. Huh. That did not work quite how I thought it would. But I will catch pixies for their fairy dust. Oh, let's try interacting directly with the tree. This gnarled tree is littered with countless trinkets and bits of trash, glued haphazardly together to form a glittering hive. You reach for a sharp piece of broken glass that could be the mirror shard, but pull your hand away at the last moment. 1,000 beady eyes peer out of the tree's knotholes. A familiar, cackling voice floats above the others. You again, Kettlehead? What do you want now? I've come for that mirror shard. Hand it over and I won't have to strangle you again. No way. We need shinies to keep the gross fairy folk away. Best fairy repellent there is. What? Since when are fairies afraid of shiny things? Well, I don't see no fairies around, do you? But maybe we can work something out. Them smelly mushroom herders have been encroaching on our turf, see? They've been building those stupid little stone shrines of theirs, and worse yet, they've been hiring mercenaries to guard 'em. So we can't go anywhere near, but maybe a big stomper like you can take care of the problem for us? And then you'll give me that shard? Hey, if there ain't no fairies, we don't need no fairy repellent. Okay, there are 3 fairy shrines. I'm guessing one of them was that little thing the goblins were mucking about with. Okay, so that one's guarded by goblins. So we need to head to the swamp. on the way. Oh, we need some frog slime. Oh, wait. Can I get this doggo? I need water. Where's the nearest water source? Alright, well, we'll pass a water source practically in the front door of the swamp. Okay. Hey guys. Alright. There's that. Do I have meat? Yes. Alright, so there's the doggo. Now I need to make a dolly, which means I need to get that skeeter snoot. Which means I need frog slime, which is really close by. Never let clay go. That is a very large beaked skeleton. I wonder what that is. Alright, let's go get some skeeter snoot. And there's a sewing kit. Alright, we need a hopper leg. Neglect not the clay. Alright, and to the fields for some hopper legs. Here, hoppers. There you are. We'll grab the clay. Boom. We should have looked for the shard in the swamp while we were in the swamp. Eh, too late now. We'll go back for it later. Actually, the snake's in this forest. We'll go do the swamp first, and then we'll do the two in the forest, so to speak. Alright, I'm gonna find a place with less chasey things and look at my map. Okay. Looks like it's just a little bit south of here. Holy monkeys, that is a lot of stick totems. Yeah, there's our mirror shard. Strange to begin with, but this one is especially so. So we need to destroy the fairy shrines. These animated wooden effigies seem engaged in a ritualistic dance. They march in stiff patterns around a reflective piece of glass embedded in the soft ground. You lean in for a better look, just long enough to make out the shard's mirror surface, reflecting the ghostly image of the moon. You think to reach and grab it, but the swinging limbs of the dancing totems are too dense and quick. Out of the way, you overgrown twigs! Maybe I can get them to shift their attention to some other glittering bauble. Need to make a moonlight globe. Okay. Need a totemic moon drop? Okay, well we can just make a glitter bomb. Okay. So I'm thinking there is a totem close to where we get in and out of the swamp, near the rotting aperture. Snag vine and a logging hatchet. Oh, we need another skeeter snoot to make another sewing kit. Well, that should be quick. So there was a whole bunch of them. Make the sewing kit. Make the snag vine. Use the snag vine. And a little hatchet action. Okay. That is that. That was easy enough. Be home in time for dinner. Maybe I can get them to shift their attention to some other glittering bauble. Something shiny to trick these sticks. Let's try a moonlight globe. You cast the glowing globe into the ritual circle and watch as the wooden effigies suddenly lose coordination and knock their wooden limbs into each other. You take the opportunity to slip between their tall frames and snatch the mirror shard before their frenzied dance begins anew. Half buried in the mud, the shard continues to reflect the light of the moon. Just take it. 1 down, 2 to go. Alright, into the forest. We'll need to climb down the well and deal with a whole bunch of fairy totem things. But we know what 2 of their guardians are and can thwart them already. Where is the well? All the clay. Alright, I figure this will have opened either this gateway, which it is not. So, I wonder, as I wander, if this is finally where this little guy gets relevant. A cozy burrow for a creature who prefers to be left alone. You hike up the hem of your skirt from the ankle-deep wall water and duck down to inspect the small damp cave. A pale shape quickly retreats further into the dark space. You hear the labored breath of some pathetic thing, frightened and alone. Hello there. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. Bloodshot eyes blink nervously up at you. The creature gazes longingly at the light of the world above, while simultaneously cowering from it. Poor dear, what are you doing down in this hole? I bet you're hungry, aren't you? 2 thin, malnourished arms twist out from the crevice. One hand tightly clutches a shard of glass, while the other hand reaches out to you, begging for food. Oh, can I make a roast beast with what I have on hand, or do I need to go kill some stuff? Yeah. I need to go kill some squirrels. Don't worry, little friend. We will be back. I will make you roast beast. It will be delicious. It's like no clay spawned. Alright.
I'm going to... Oh, I need to make some wicker work. Alright. Here, squirrely squirrel. Beautiful. That. Make a roast beast. Let's go down and feed a cute little guy. Two thin, malnourished arms twist out from the crevice. One hand tightly clutches a shard of glass, while the other hand reaches out to you, begging for food. The creature snatches up the meat so quickly that you nearly lose a finger. It scurries back into its little crevice and you hear satisfied munching from within. The mirror shard lays abandoned in the silt. Let's take it. Alright. Time to go deal with some fairy shrines. Alright. At least two of them were north. We're getting low on twine. I need to remember to, Okay, first, we're gonna take all their snot. Boom. Ooh, can I catch a fairy? Give me your dust! We won't discuss how long that took. Oh, they recovered quick. Alright, that's one fairy shrine. And we've been getting low on twine from making wicker work. So let's grab that on the way. I wonder if it's marked on the map. That's one we just got. That's one we just got. Okay. So it looks like the other one's right close by. Oh, we've got a dryad problem. Oh, we need embers. I think the nearest place is that, potter. Alright. Give me soot sprites. If not, we'll try the soldier encampment. Ah! There's one. Do I have enough? Oh. I didn't need soot sprites. I needed the embers that I've been collecting. Well, I have them. Onward to mischief. And I don't like how you're blocking the path. There we go. Let's see if we can catch that fairy. Oh, no, she is gone.
we can catch that last little bit of stuff. Well, it is handy to do so. And we have some extra ingredients now. Alright. I kicked over those little rock piles like you asked. Now give me that shard or I'll knock over this nest too. You smash fairy shrines? Good, good. Take it, we don't want your trash. Oh, pixies. They are a bother. Alright.
Have you found any of the mirror shards? I wonder where they could be.
She holds out the cracked frame of her silver mirror. You gingerly hand over the broken glass shards to the maiden. She's careful to not cut herself on the razor-sharp edges as she slots them into the mirror frame. The pieces click into place perfectly, and the surface of the mirror ripples like the water on a lake. The ripples calm, settling into the form of a pristine crystal mirror. She gazes into the mirror with awe.
Look! It's as good as new! Oh!
The maiden's reflection ripples and morphs into the visage of a handsome young man.
My love? Is that you?
Overcome with joy, a fresh stream of tears rolls down her cheeks.
I can't believe my eyes! I don't understand! What happened? Where are you? I'm imprisoned inside my own head. It's horrible here. You have to get me out. You went to the snake, didn't you? Why would you do something so stupid?
Listen, my love. I have a confession to make. I'm not actually that good of a musician.
What are you talking about? You were so beautiful upon your balcony. A bum like me could never get your attention. So I asked the snake to help me out a little. I thought I could protect myself from the snake's hypnotic gaze with this magic mirror. But then you went and broke the darn thing. I didn't break it. It slipped out of my hand. Don't put this on me. How could you be so irresponsible?
One problem at a time, children. We fixed the mirror. It should be able to break the snake's spell now.
Yes. Oh, you have no idea how unbearable it is being stuck in here. There's nothing but awful poetry and song lyrics that don't even rhyme. Please, Granny, take the mirror. I can hardly stand to look at this buffoon any longer. Babe, wait! She presses the mirror into your hands. Let's go confront a snack with the magic mirror. Back again. Take a seat and gaze into my eyes. Ah. Sudden dread grips the snake as you swing the shimmering mirror to meet his eyes. The mind-altering patterns of his gaze are reflected back to him. Slowly but steadily, the snake leans closer and closer to the surface of the mirror. His forked tongue flicks against the glass and then disappears beyond it. It's so beautiful. Like a length of rope being pulled through an eyelet, the snake rushes forward and vanishes into his own reflection. The mirror jolts and bucks out of your hand, clattering to the ground. You stoop down, careful not to look too deeply. Hidden in the reflection of the mirror's surface, you can faintly make out a tiny, wriggling shape, trapped just beyond the veil of this world. The soul of the snake. The souls of the bear, leech, snake, and ox jostle in your satchel with fearful energies. That's that, then. I better get these back home to the goat before he ransacks the rest of the place. Quest completed. Oh, look, everybody fled. I wonder who's playing the music now, or if it's enchanted
accordion suffused into the space. All right, and now that we have the first set of 4, we can actually go back to the goat. Aww. Looks like the 2 of them are working things out. We can return the first 4 souls to the goat, and we are going to do that before we get off for today. So these things blocking the pathway. Crime and Nitley. He's not wandering around up here. He must be already down below. The goat rears its head at the sight of you. Its hooves pound the ground excitedly. Most excellent! I can sense the presence of souls about you. You must have gathered the souls I have asked for. No small task, I can tell you that. So what do you plan on doing with them? Oh, this and that, nothing for you to concern yourself with. What's important is that you are one step closer to fulfilling your contract with me. Just go ahead and place them in the shrine there. I'll take care of the rest. The goat shakes its head toward a carved relief at the back of the room, grinning in a horrible way that no goat should. You approach the shrine and open your satchel. There's a stuffed bear. As you bring the stuffed bear close to the carved stone relief in the wall, it spontaneously bursts into flames in your hands, burning away until only a harsh red stone remains. The stone zips out of your grasp and straight into a socket in the wall, buzzing like some angry insect. You are buffeted by flashes of the bear's wrath, drunken roaring, cowering bodies, splintered wood, and the scent of honey. As with the first, the mummified husk of the leech turns to ash as you bring it close to the wall, leaving only a glowing orb in its place. Images of the leech slither into your mind, the prick of a needle, the drip, drip, drip of draining fluids, soothing words, restless sleep. Prismatic colors flash through your head at the thought of the snake, secrets lapped up by a forked tongue, whispers beneath the sound of festivities. The ox brings with him the overbearing heat of the midday sun, the salty tang of sweat in the soil, suffering, sacrifice, solitude. You step away from the shrine and its smoldering stones. Your burdens suddenly feel much lighter. Beside you, the sleeping maiden stirs in her slumber, but does not wake. Now then, you've had a long day. Why don't you go get some rest? Tomorrow we shall pick up bright and early. Yes, I am quite tired. And I think we're going to call this here before we go outside and get the next 4 souls. Thank you so much for watching this cozy gaming session of Wytchwood. I have been Edith Ivy, and if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, maybe even ring that notification bell if you are so inclined. I appreciate each and every one of you so very, very much. And I hope that you are having a happy time zone wherever in the world you are. And I will see you again very soon.